Hello and welcome back to a new video. The topic of today is gonna be it's important to build muscle in the right places. So let's go over to the picture that you guys saw in the thumbnail. There's two different guys with two different physiques. Both have a lot of muscular development. But there are some differences, as you can see. The first difference that I think is important to highlight is that Andrew Tate here, as you can see, he has less upper chest development and more lower chest development. This gives the illusion of having a saggy chest. Meanwhile, the other guy, he doesn't have just as much lower chest development, but it's more even throughout the chest. It's more even distributed throughout the chest. And this makes it more aesthetic because you don't want to look like you have saggy boobs. That almost looks feminine, like you have estrogen in your body or something. But if you, on the other hand, have a strong upper chest, it makes it more aesthetic because then you kind of get this shelf on top over your collarbone, and it looks more masculine to have a strong upper chest compared to a saggy chest. Some other differences is that he has very big obliques. He has his midsection is not as tight as the guy to the right, and that's also something that's pretty unattractive. And I guess you could say that he has a little bit of unproportionate physique. Like, for example, not all his muscle groups are the same size as they're basically not aesthetically pleasing in the same way that the guy on the right is. Alright, so let's go over to talking a little bit about what's the most important muscle groups to develop in order to actually achieve a physique that's similar to this one on the right. So obviously, the first one, as we have mentioned, upper chest. Upper chest is something that's very important to grow because usually when you train upper chest, the rest of your chest is gonna follow along. So honestly, stop bench pressing. Like, basically just do upper chest work. You can do like bench press like maybe once a week or something, just so you can keep on reaching your goals with the bench press or whatever. But I wouldn't prioritize like lower chest or middle chest. Just prioritize upper chest in order to get that like aesthetic looking chest. Because I promise you, having a strong upper chest is gonna look way cooler and way more aesthetically pleasing, both to men and to females, compared to having a strong lower chest. It's nice to have that line under, but once you have gotten that, don't push it too much further than that. Instead, push to get the line up here, under the clavicle. That's way better. Another thing that you should strive to improve is the trap muscles, these ones over here. These trap muscles, they're gonna make you look more like a man. It's the muscle that kind of like makes the difference between a boy and a man. When you see someone with this like super big traps, you know that they're a muscular person. It's kind of like the show muscle. That's actually something that I'm trying to work on myself, improving the trap area. I think I have a pretty well-rounded physique. Basically, it's just the traps that are missing, and that's what I'm working on right now. So things that could work to improve your traps are stuff like shrugs, barbell shrugs, rows, like not bent over rows. Actually, next video, next time I go to the gym, I will record a video and show you guys what exercise I mean. It's like a bent over row, but instead of having your arms like this, you kind of like do them like this, and you have dumbbells. So the traps and upper chest is gonna be very amazing. To get like that really masculine aesthetic physique, you get first this shelf here and then this shelf over here. Another thing that's very important to train is the neck. You don't want to walk around having a pencil neck. It's much nicer to have like this thick bull neck, you know. Imagine like a skinny cow or a bull, you know, they have this strong, thick neck that just shows power. That's also very much connected to the traps. When you have powerful traps and neck, you're gonna look really awesome. The next muscle group that I think that you should prioritize is actually your shoulders. If you have like wide shoulders like this, you know, you see this little curve that goes out here on this side. When you get like these types of shoulders, who kind of like, they are a little bit capped. When you get like capped shoulders, you're gonna look like a American football player, just like naturally, without having any gear on, and it's gonna make you look wider. You're gonna accentuate that V shape. So basically, when you train your shoulders, especially the side delt, you get like this cap, and it accentuates the V shape like a lot, and it makes you look so amazing. But also the front delts. The front delts are very important to train as well. Front delts kind of like make you look powerful. It's cool when you have your upper chest and your front delts connect, so it's like a shelf all together like this. That's really amazing when that happens. That's also something that I'm striving for right now. So basically, on your push days, I would actually recommend taking shoulders before chest. Or like, sure, you can do like one exercise for upper chest and then like spam shoulders, especially both front delt and side delt. Both of them are really amazing. Honestly, all parts of the shoulders, the rear delt as well is very important to train. Just like shoulders in general, they're gonna like make you look like you have first your head and then like two balls on the side of you. That's gonna be so amazing. Oh, by the way, I actually have a paid program, so I will share like specific exercises for all of these different muscle groups that you can train. So go check the link in my description if you wanna look into that. So shoulders are freaking amazing to train. Then I would say biceps. Biceps is the next aesthetic muscle group. When you have like the bicep peak, no, I have a shirt on, you can't really see it, but when you get like this bicep peak here, it's not really showing in this shirt so well. But when you have that bicep peak, it's gonna look pretty amazing. And all these girls, they're just gonna wanna bite it. They're just gonna wanna take a bite out of that one. Why I would say that biceps is more important than triceps is because when you have like big triceps and they kind of like go out like this, especially if you're at a higher body fat percentage, it actually kind of contributes to having like looking like you have a fat arm, not a muscular arm. When you have a bunch of tricep muscles like going outwards and you have a layer of fat on top of it, you're gonna look like you have a fat arm. I'm sorry, but when you have biceps on the other side, it's not really gonna give the same effect. And you know, biceps, they look good for the double bicep that you do like that, and they look good from the front, from the side, literally from every angle. Like I said in this picture, you can see here, the biceps is such an amazing muscle. Especially when you get veins on it too, it's looking very much impressive. Now I'm gonna go over to my favorite muscle group to train, the lats. Here's a picture of my lats. Basically, when you have really big lats, you get this amazing V shape to your whole physique. Like your whole physique gets enhanced. You stop looking like a stick. Instead, you start looking like a Dorito, like a powerful man, like a V-shaped man. And that's the most important, one of them, honestly, like, I would say it's like the top muscle group, actually. When you have really strong lats, it's like you change your whole frame. It's kind of like the type of muscle group that actually changes your frame. Lats is amazing to train. What I do for lats is pull-ups, chin-ups, weighted pull-ups, and weighted chin-ups. And yeah, basically that's it. But when you pull things towards you from the front, then that builds thickness. But when you pull things towards you from above, that's gonna build the width. So I would say pull-ups and chin-ups are very amazing. Chin-ups is more like both lats and biceps, while regular pull-ups accentuate the lats even more. So then it's just like double focused on lats. And then last but not least, the most amazing muscle group that's gonna make you look more aesthetic is actually the abs. The thing with abs is that obviously, as you all know, they're just gonna show if you have less body fat percentage. You're never gonna see a fat person with abs, unless you're like Eddie Hall or something. But usually, if you drop weight, they're gonna start showing. But if they don't, or if they are not enhanced enough, then you can start doing things like plank, ab crunches, and you take the rope and then you do like crunches with weight. That's gonna make it even better. And if you have like an ab machine at your gym, use that one as well. Do hanging leg raises. You could either hang from a bar or on the dip machine, like the dip station. Just get up on there and just do leg raises. So basically, you hold your hands like this and you just lift your legs up completely straight. That's what I would do to build abs, because when you do that, you also get a lot of the lower abs, not just the upper abs. So yeah, these are the 7 most aesthetic muscle groups that I think that you should develop. And try not to develop too much lower chest. Try not to get that saggy chest movement going on. Try to have a balance between biceps and triceps. Never let your triceps get bigger than a bicep, so that you don't walk around looking like you have a fat arm, like you're a fat person, or like a fat grandma or something. And another thing, a lot of people say that you have to train legs like super much. I agree to that towards a certain degree, because in some, not in all cases, but in most cases, it's pretty good to train legs. You want to have that teardrop on your quads. The teardrop on your quads, like it kind of like goes in on the end of your quad close to your knee. When you get that, it looks amazing with shorts or swimming trunks. But you don't want to get legs that are so thick that they go out of your waistline. So let's say this is your V-shaped body, right? Then your waistline. You don't want your legs to be so thick that it kind of like looks like this. You want them to still be like straight, just developed but straight. You don't want them to be that big that they exceed out from your body, because then honestly it looks fucking weird. You start looking like an X. I'm gonna show you a picture of these bodybuilders who have like this X shape. It's much more amazing to have the V shape like Arnold or similar creators. Yeah. Another thing that a lot of guys underestimate is actually growing your glutes. Because let's say for actually here I have a picture of it. This is like I was searching about this earlier. Let's say you have like a really flat ass and it like makes your pants go in, and then there's other guy who has a little bit more fatter ass. Then you get something that looks like this. Here's the guy with a flat ass and here's the guy with a fat ass. Can you see the difference? It's kind of like the shoulder of the legs, if that makes any sense. When you develop your glutes, you kind of like get the same effect from the shoulders, but on your lower body. So that's what I would say. Don't forget about glutes. They can also be really important. Okay, that's all I had to say for this video. I hope you liked it. Make sure to check the link in my description if you want to learn more similar stuff to this. I have my paid program where I teach you all about gym, everything you need to know, and how to build your dream physique, as well as how to increase your confidence. Go check it out. And yeah, hope you have a great day. Hope you have learned something, and bye bye.